The 18-year-old who pleaded guilty to shooting another student at their Ellis County school last year has been sentenced to 40 years in prison. Chad Padilla was 16 years old when he walked into the Italy High School cafeteria south of Dallas with a specific target and shot her 6 times. Padilla was prosecuted as an adult. The girl survived and attended today's sentencing with a message for Padilla. Fox 4's Allison Harris is in our newsroom with the story. Allison.
Steve, the fear among parents and students was that the students would have to relive the shooting if this went to trial. Today, they feel some peace knowing that he has pleaded guilty and is sentenced to decades behind bars.
Right now, this is the greatest day of my life.
Michaela Jones is downright giddy after a year and a half anticipating this day in court. The day she'd confront her former classmate, the boy who shot her, now 18-year-old Chad Padilla, after his sentencing.
You get shot 6 times and you're looking at him dead in the face the whole time, and you look at him dead in the face again, it's like, oh God, is that just going to be the memory the whole time?
Padilla was 16 in January 2018 when prosecutors say he showed up to Italy High School wearing a trench coat to conceal the handgun he took from his father's house. Classmates say he approached Jones in the cafeteria, upset about their breakup, saying, "I'm sorry it had to end this way," before opening fire, shooting her in the neck, arm, and stomach.
I can't forget what he did to me. I wake up every morning and look in the mirror and all I see are scars from him. I can't forget that, but I can forgive him because whether I hold a grudge or not, it's not going to change what happened to me.
Prosecutors say the shooting only stopped when he ran out of ammunition. Padilla agreed to a plea deal last week, pleading guilty to capital murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault. Monday, he was sentenced to a total of 80 years in prison. He will have to serve at least 20 years before being considered for parole.
This is a young man with a history of disturbing, violent tendencies, harm towards animals, violent outbursts towards his peers, and he's a young man that had been afforded opportunities for help and rehabilitation, and nothing worked. So at some point, we have to just look for protection of society versus the rehabilitation of the offender.
Jones says there are days that she can't even get out of bed, but she won't allow herself to take on the role of the victim, and neither will her mother.
I'm very proud of her. It's been a tough road for her, physically, mentally, emotionally.
Jones now has specific words for anyone who would consider bringing a weapon to school.
That's not okay. It's sick and it's twisted. Don't do it, because you'll see where it gets you.
Michaela Jones says she looks up to other survivors of school shootings, and she says her advice to them is the same advice that she keeps telling herself, and that is to just keep going.